applause for the Chief Strategy Officer of Apex Trader Funding, Dan Cook.
I'm about to introduce the man everybody's here to see. Max, could you get your ass out here, please? Production. Have you seen Lama? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Traders and Haters podcast, the worst trading podcast in the world. I'm the host, Big Daddy Max, with my co-host, Mr. Antonio Lama, and obviously we have a crazy, wonderful panel, Mr. Dan Cook, Mr. Rob Hoffman, Mr. David Green, and Mr. Peter Tucker. He kissed me one time.
Just once?
People watching you. What makes the difference?
Fear and greed.
Biggest myth about trading?
Money. Instant rags to riches for all. Scam.
If you had one rule to trade with only.
Take care of your losses. The profits take care of themselves.
Trade with the trend.
Patience.
No one ever got broke taking a profit.
Hold on a second. Where's my, honey, you got my
This
glasses?
is the fucking Golden Girls? What are we doing here?
What's the question? Keep going up. Keep going up.
What was the dinner like that night? Surf and turf.
Never happening again. We're literally never doing this again, so.
Let's bring back to stage one of the most important people that put this whole presentation together for us. Please, everybody, big round of applause for the Chief Strategy Officer of Apex Trader Funding, Dan Cook.
Good morning. Day 2. Everybody have fun yesterday? Good time? Did you learn a lot of cool shit? Did you get to meet each other and hear some different stories? Because that's what this is all about, community, right? Well, we got more of it for you today. I might not have a voice by the end of the day, but we got more of it for you today. So are you ready? Because I'm about to introduce and have the pleasure of introducing the man everybody's here to see. Max, could you get your ass out here, please? Because everywhere the crowd wants you, brother.
Stretch my hands to you.
Life like this is what your life like. Try to live the life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie.
What's going on, everybody? I told you we're going to have a full weekend, a great weekend, and a high energy weekend, and we're going to absolutely keep it going. We got some more great things coming for you guys right here live. Big shout out to Dan Cook. Thank you, Dan, and everything from Apex Trader Funding. Give it up for Dan one more time for me, people. Thank you. We have something real special for you guys. I don't know if you've ever seen this guy, but he is an absolute legend in the game. One of the best Wall Street traders, long tenure, absolute legend in the game. And I am very excited, very, very excited to bring out Mr. David Green for everyone.
I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way.
Good.
I've loved.
I love it.
So what do you think?
Thank you, everybody. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to talk yet.
It's all yours.
It's freewheeling.
How's everybody doing? Me and Peter are here to kick this off. I want to start by thanking Dan from Apex and Max. It is an absolute pleasure for you to have us down here. We are thrilled to be here. Me and my partner Peter have been doing this for a long time. I've been trading for the better part of 45 years. I'm only 47 now. I started when I was 2. So
Trading's
I'm not
very
that old.
stressful. I'm 17 years old.
We started our academy about 5 years ago trying to teach people how to do this. And don't let anybody out there tell you that this is an easy thing to do, because it's not. This is difficult. It takes time. What I tell my beginning traders and our students is be kind to yourselves at the beginning. Find something that works for you. Stick to that it is. And this is one thing I always like to say. Trading is not about money. How many people think that trading is about money? Go ahead, put your hand up. It's okay. It's not. It's about, the money comes. It's a process. It's finding something that works for you, sticking to that all the time, and the money is a byproduct of that.
We're going to bring out the next guy.
You've all seen him because he is the most photographed man in Wall Street history, the longest tenured broker in Wall Street history, the most mega viral influencer in the professional and field right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Einstein of Wall Street, Mr. Peter Tuchman.
Yeah, stop, my man. Go, my partner. What's up, everybody? How you doing? You having fun? So good to see you all. So yeah, let's go.
I think we're missing a couple people up here, but I know we got one of them ready. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him. We all love him. Let's give it up for the CEO of Wealth Charts, 35-time world trading champion, the Hoff, Mr. Rob Hoffman.
Yeah. Rob, yeah, baby.
Woo! We'll have a seat. That was great. You guys might not know this, but Pete kissed me one time.
Just once?
He kissed me one time in Boca Raton. He walked up, he just laid it on me. I enjoyed
And
it.
it felt good, I gotta say.
I'm very attractive. It is true. But Pete laid it on me.
Look at these two hairdos. Incredible. It's like the...
It was the craziest thing. He kissed me, and I didn't sleep for 4 days. The energy was transferred through. It's unbelievable.
This is true.
It's an absolute
It's
pleasure.
contagious.
I'm telling you, what a pleasure to have you all up here. This is like a dream come true for me, you know, looking at some of Wall Street's absolute greatest, the guys who come from regulation, absolute legends in the game. It is so unbelievable. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this panel right here.
Thank you. We are honored.
Yeah, we are honored and humbled to be here, Max.
It is an absolute pleasure. What we're going to do now is perform, you may have heard of it, it's the worst trading podcast in the world. It is the Traders and Haters. Hey, do we know where Lama's at?
Yeah, we're missing somebody.
Missing a llama.
Production, have you seen Lama?
Llama's gone.
He's having he's having a Coca Loco in the back.
No, seriously, where's Lama? Lama!
Yeah. Missing a llama.
Lama?
There he is. There he is.
There he is! Oh!
He's throwing money!
That I still want you,
You gotta love this.
and I want you to want me too. My love is wider than Victoria Lake.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My love is taller than the Empire State.
that's better.
Dives and it jumps and it ripples like the deepest ocean. I can't give you more than life. Surely you want me back.
We hear chat.
Is it a
We hear chat.
Is it
Yep. Ladies,
This Traders and Haters, right?
this is the Traders and Haters podcast. You're seriously late again. You're late every single time. You've never been on
do you
time
need?
to a podcast.
The Coca
We got a tradition on this podcast.
No. Sit down. No.
Chat, you guys notice? Chat! We got a tradition on this podcast. Yo, production, I'm gonna need some mimosas.
Mimosas for everybody.
Mimosas.
Chat, should we do this sober? Sober? Babe, stop it. Chat, sober? Should we get the boys? These decent young men. Drinking? Chat, I want some mimosas.
That'll make it fun.
You're out of control. Literally out of control.
Bro, it's Saturday.
When you guys came here, did you think we'd actually be different than what you get on the show? You get what you see. He is a llama. You know what I mean? Like, he's a llama. It's unbelievable. You gotta
One a llama.
He's a llama.
Two a llama.
Two. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Traders and Haters podcast, the worst trading podcast in the world. I'm the host, Big Daddy Max, with my co-host, Mr. Antonio Lama, and obviously we have a crazy, wonderful panel of superstars up here. Mr. Dan Cook, Mr. Rob Hoffman, Mr. David Green, and Mr. Peter Tuchman. Pete, you have seen the markets from the New York Stock Exchange since the dinosaurs opened it, and now to the electronic world. Like, what advantage did the floor traders have, like, now that's gone, that the entire market's gone digital?
Yeah. So, you know what? I think it's really important for all of you to note that David Green used to be a market maker, and I know everyone's supposed to hate market makers, and they're the guys who are out there screwing you all, right? They're the ones who see your stop orders, and then they take the order down to your stop orders, they take you out, and then they run the stock back up. I think you guys call it a liquidity something, event or something. That is the biggest bunch of shit in the world. Okay? I've brought so many of the influencer traders that Apex have brought down to the floor with me. Some are cool, most of them are cool. A couple of them are still hell-bent on the fact that they think about this. If you're a successful trader, you don't need to blame anybody for what you're doing. But when people are losing money, and very often people do, as I said, most people don't succeed, they love to blame somebody for it. They're going to blame the man. They're going to blame the big institutions. They're going to blame the market maker because he's out there to screw them. Just so you know, the market maker is not out to screw you. He cannot see your stop order. He's not down there. First of all, they're not allowed to sell stock on minus sticks. They're not allowed to pay straight plus sticks. So all of that erroneous stuff that you all hear about on the internet, about liquidity events and all that, is a bunch of BS. Yeah. Anyway, having advantages that I have on the floor of the stock exchange are many. Right? And, you know, at the end of the day, it's, look, you guys, everybody has a different strategy to trade, right? You've got
Max unleashed the beast.
Yeah, sorry.
Good night, everybody.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Jim Fowler, where are the animals? Bring them out. Okay. There's amazing advantages I have. I get to see order flow. I get to see what the institutions are doing. I built a strategy trading the S&P, what's called market on close imbalances, or the order flow that comes in for the opening bell, closing bell.
And don't believe anyone else's numbers that posts a market on close.
Please.
And trade against
trade
that.
The news, all that.
Not right.
It's all ridiculous. Think about it. Just find something that works for you and focus on it, and don't listen to all the hubbub and chatter on the internet. It's really all a bunch of BS.
When I worked on the floor as a specialist broker, so I had a panel of stocks that I traded, and you really did not have to be that smart to make money as a specialist broker on the floor of the exchange. I had the buyers in one hand, I had the sellers in my other hand. I would buy with the buyers and sell with the sellers. You didn't have to be a brain surgeon. And about the time I got ready to leave in the 1999-2000, things started to go electronic. We stopped trading in eighths and quarters and halves, which makes it very easy to make money when you have a spread that big.
Think about the spread.
Yeah, we went to sixteenths, we went to pennies, and that was basically, and Peter will argue with me, that was basically the end of the New York Stock Exchange as we know it. So nobody's trying. When I left the floor of the exchange, and I've done nothing but trade my entire life, in about a month I lost $300,000 trading. I had no idea what I was doing. I never knew what a technical analysis was when I was on the floor of the exchange. I had the orders in my hand. What the hell did I have to know?
DCA.
How do you get onto the floor of the exchange? Like, you don't need any resume. You don't even know how to.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It depends. Go ahead, Pete.
I'll
tell you my story real quick.
Go.
I had two brothers that worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. There were four of us all together. We were the only four brothers in the history of the New York Stock Exchange who started as runners on the floor and all became partners of our firm. First time it ever happened in the entire history of the New York Stock Exchange. Thank you.
I'm good. Absolutely amazing.
My two older brothers were there before me, and I asked them to get me a job, and they said, absolutely not. You're on your own. I filled out an application. I didn't hear from them for a year and a half later. I was working some stupid job making $350 a week. They called me on a Thursday, said, the job starts tomorrow, pays $150 a week. I was living on Long Island. I had to borrow money from my mother to buy my train ticket. And long story short, I started at the bottom. I became a clerk. I became a broker. Then I became a specialist broker. And I hope when I go, and I hope it's not for a long time, but it's going to be sitting at that computer in a trade, And hopefully I'll have a stop order because when I go, it'll work out one way or the other.
Exactly. So you asked the question, how do you, unfortunately, this day, there are not that many jobs on the floor of the exchange, but there's no training for the job to be a broker. That's your goal, right? In 1903, they issued 1,366 seats. That gives you the right to trade stock. It's like a taxi medallion. They never change it. There's never been more or less. Everybody started at the bottom. I started as a teletypist. He started as a squad, a runner, and you have to work your way up. It took about 13 to 15 years to go from a runner to a broker, right? Because you realize somebody had to die, somebody had to retire, or somebody had to quit. I did it in 3.5 years because I made sure all that happened, right? One guy died, one guy quit, and one guy retired. And I had this guy named Guido. He took care of everything for me.
Guido.
No disrespect to the Guidos. But that's
No one's taking your job in 70 years, and they've probably got another 30 to go before you're done.
Oh yeah, no, I will be the last man standing. That's for sure.
Nice.
And you know what? Look, when I got there were 70 market-making firms. All of them were family-owned businesses. Now there are 3. And my son and I are the last father and son team on the floor of the exchange.
Nice.
And it just, we used to have 8,000 people in the main room of the stock exchange. Now there's 600, right? We're more relevant than ever before, but look, with technology, I can send 1,000 orders out in 4 seconds. Okay, in the old days, I would have, I was trading millions of shares a day, but you needed, a person to do every execution. I'd get an order from upstairs. I'd go in. I'd ask David, "How's IBM?" He'd tell me it's a quarter for 250,000. There's 250,000 and a half. Pete, what do you want to do? I'd tell him what I wanted to do. If my guys had said, "Just go buy stock. I don't give a shit what everyone else is doing," I'd walk in. I'd say, "How is it?" He said, "There's 250 and a half." I'd say, "Take them." "How is it now?" He'd say, "It's 3A's, 5A's, 200,000 up. What do you want to do?" And that's how the market's traded.
It's amazing.
My follow-up question, are you parched?
Why?
Where's this mimosa?
I'm
Are you guys?
I was like,
This
Bro,
is a clear.
this
This
is
is
all-
a new. This is wrong.
There we go.
My God.
Now we're talking. You drinking one, Tubby?
No.
Oh, I thank you.
0% chance.
Kiss you right now if you don't drink one.
Why, thank
Thank you very much.
I don't drink.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes, cheers.
Yes.
I don't drink.
You don't throw big events like this either.
Cheers, bro.
Boys, pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Cheers.
Maxie.
You know what?
Cheers.
Fuck it. Oh, cheers.
My man.
There we go. Now we can have the Traders and Haters podcast. Now we can have the Traders and Haters podcast.
Oh, that was disgusting. Oh, the Hoff. Hoff. Get this guy a double.
Dan, it's gone.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Rob, how about some Grey Goose Bloody Marys
when I
next?
listen to Peter, I get really thirsty.
Yeah, Rob is an absolute
All right.
legend.
All right, go.
Activated.
From start to finish, the Hoff does not disappoint. I can tell you that I thought I was the first one done. Rob, you trade. Let me talk to you real quick. You trade like a champion because you are a worldwide state champion. You've represented the USA 35. You're known for your performance. You perform under pressure. Trading is stressful enough. Performing under pressure in my own little dark office in my garage, but you do it live. People watching you, judges, a crowd like this, and you've won 35 times. Is there like a part of your personality, or like what makes the difference there?
Well, personality is a strong part of this. Fear and greed, very strong emotions for all of us. And ego gets in the way. I've done some impressively wonderful things in my career and impressively stupid. You get that, wake up one day, you get that big S on your chest, that big W for Wonder Woman, and things can go horribly wrong very quickly. So a lot of humility, and even here, a lot of wonderful people that said, well, you're just like a normal guy. You're like, the market's humbled me. The market's always right. Only our opinions of the market are wrong. So it's a very humbling experience, and you need to take it as such. So having a consistent strategy is very important, but keeping your ego in check, even when you're doing well and you're making all this money, it's like, oh, instead of going to the barbecue telling everybody, hey, you look at how much money I made, maybe take that time and take 5 people and help them come up in their life and be better at what they do and focus on that instead of going ahead and just how much money I made.
It's amazing. Dan, I have a question, Mr. Cook. I know you're the CEO.
Is my fucking father here?
How dare you?
What do you want? Daddy Cook?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Daddy Cook, question. I know you're the CEO of Apex. What trading background do you have, though? Like, do you used to trade?
Yeah, since 1997. Well, I placed my first trade
in 1997. I didn't start trading until after I was wiped out in the tech bubble burst. First 4 years, like you said, I had the S on my chest. I was buying, everything was going up. I'm the king. Why isn't everybody doing this? It is awesome. And then, like many of us, I don't know any successful traders that haven't had some kind of blowout or multiple.
Liquidity event.
Yeah, it was a liquidity event, and it was the market's fault that I didn't know that I was trading on delayed data and 300,000 was gone like that. But that was, and a lot of things in life, we look at them and we say, okay, this is a terrible circumstance, poor me. We can look at them that way, or we can go, take accountability, learn from it. And I was lucky enough to be in Chicago, around the floors, a lot of professional traders around me that were absolutely willing. Not only did the market humble me, as you mentioned, but they were more than willing to humble me day after day after day, but they also taught me a lot of valuable lessons. And so I really got serious following the tech bubble, moved into, started learning futures, but then really cut my teeth in the spot FX market when it was the wild, wild west. And through that, been trading the entire time, did trading education, ran brokerage firms. And I've had the benefit of looking at hundreds of thousands of traders' patterns. And what's amazing to me is that all of us are really very much the same. There's about 8 basic things for why people fail. Now it's all different for everybody, but there are 8 basic things and we approach them differently. But yeah, my trading background, it's coming up on 27 years.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
That's wild. I mean, so I'm about, what, halfway, Peter?
What's that?
I'm about halfway.
Dave, let me ask you something. We can sit here, I mean, obviously everyone knows who you guys are.
Not everybody.
Extensive backgrounds, the legends, right? But like, let's dive into something else. Tell everyone in this room something that nobody knows, the hard truths about being a market maker for 40 years.
On the floor?
In general,
Or just
as
in general?
traders.
Well, Dan kind of put it. This can be extremely humbling at times, especially what we do. We will sometimes sit there and a big mistake that a lot of traders make is not taking their profits and then watching something just absolutely disappear. And it's amazing, our mindset is, I'm okay with all this money being drained from my account, but I won't take the profits because I get very, very greedy. You know, everything's about, to me, everything is about technical analysis. Okay, everything I do is technically based. That's it. I will never make a trade unless something on my chart tells me to make a trade.
Some say that it's astrology for men. Do you believe that?
I'll tell you this, I have a...
It's not. It's not.
I've heard that one.
I have a very good friend of mine who lives in Australia, and she trades based on astrology. I have no idea, but if the planet's here and this one's here, we buy a little gold, and if this is here, we...
That's amazing.
And she's very, very successful, by the way. So it takes...
Sagittarius.
You have to go through enough bad shit, pardon my language, and just give yourself up to a higher power at some point if you're really, really struggling in this, and say to yourself, I got to find a different way to do this. You know, I got to find something that works for me. And I have a strict set of rules. This is all about patience, discipline, letting the market come to you, and just sticking to that strict set of rules that you have at all times. You can't deviate because the money disappears in a second. You guys know that, right? How easy is it to lose money in this market? Is anybody trading gold right now?
Anybody long silver yesterday?
If you're trading gold right now, we're looking at an ATR in that of what, 50 points?
50 points.
60 points? Don't do it. Stay away from it. It's not worth doing. Yet people keep diving in because, ooh, if I make 10 points on one contract, I'm making $1,000. But silver's even worse. I made a mistake in silver the other day, trading SIL, whatever it was. And I bought one contract, and I sneezed, and I was down $1,700. You know why? Because I was doing something I don't know, right? Don't play a game that you don't know the rules to. Exactly. So be careful out there. Don't trade gold. We got plenty of other things to trade.
Exactly.
Pete, you are the symbol of Wall Street. I mean, now more than ever, you're the most photographed man in Wall Street history. But you are literally the symbol. You are. It is your social media, everything has exploded tremendously over the last couple months.
It has. Right? You checked it out lately?
How has that changed the way like you see your role in your day-to-day as a Wall Street broker?
So look, Wall Street has changed a lot. The floor of the stock exchange has changed a lot over the years, right? When David and I were trading up until probably even past the financial crisis, 2009, we were doing open outcry. We were screaming and yelling on the floor, and that's how we did business. And then the technology came along. And basically, I was given these handheld computers on the floor that can send out thousands of orders. And so the whole thing changed. And fortunately for me, I was able to, sort of organically get on Instagram, and that sort of grew, to a level. And it's a matter of like what you do with your platform, right? I mean, for many years, I grew to about 250,000 followers. I was able to do, have a YouTube channel to get together with David and do a lot of education, right? I mean, and spend a lot of my time committed to try and inspire, motivate everyone else to do the trading. Now things in the last, 3 months, I don't know if any of you follow me, but in the last 3 months, I've gone from 250,000 to 1.2 million followers on Instagram because I did an interview with this young kid named I Show Speed, who's the #1 streamer in the world. He has 185 million people who watch him shower and drive around in his fancy car. And then my world exploded, right? And I get 50 million views on everything. So what I've done is I've taken advantage of it for Apex. I've taken advantage of it for Wall Street Global Trading Academy. It's all about more eyeballs, right? If we can motivate and inspire more people all over the world. I mean, there was a gentleman outside who knows more about me than I do, who's from Korea. And somebody, when we do our webinars and master classes every month, you should all go check them out, right? When we ask people, where are you all from? From everywhere possible place in the world, right? So, that's the amazing thing. You guys did something, and Apex did something in Korea recently, and literally the whole room, knew exactly what we do and knew who I was, and that's exciting for me. I mean, it's really hard riding home on the subway these days by myself, but and I appreciated my security guard. They made me feel really good.
We had
it's an amazing life. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to inspire and motivate everybody to do this.
Right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Rob, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What was the first moment you realized you're actually kind of dangerous in the markets and not just like a lucky guy? Was it after a few competitions? You got to 35 competitions won. When did you realize I'm different?
I think after the biggest loss in my trading career, actually.
Checks out.
Because that got me recentered. All those consistent wins and slowly developing that big S on my chest, and then having that humbling moment. That's when I went on. After that, I recentered myself and just got back to the basics of all my core work. And that's when I went on and started doing all those competitions. And like I said, I've been fortunate to win a lot of them, but it was after a big loss. It's like, wait, I had something good going. My ego got in the way, and now I'm going to get back to what made me what I was before without the ego.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've actually never taken a loss in the markets myself yet, but first time I do lose, just tell my wife that the car cost $10,000 more. It's unbelievable.
Production, do we get a second round here or no? Dan's looking a little thirsty over there.
Dan, let me ask you something. Do you have guys like Peter, David, and obviously these guys, they love Apex Trader Funding. These are Wall Street guys, and so Apex, you guys see it is obviously, there's a shift in the industry, and Apex, you guys have been leading the front with everything and approaching guys on Wall Street, and they immediately say, yes, this is a product that we want to work with. This is a product we understand, and this is where we're moving. How does that feel? How do you guys as Apex say, you know what? We're also going to take Wall Street, and we're the future, and move and grow from here.
And I'll just say it's such an honor to be with this entire panel because we've got the best of the best that have not just the best of the best for the last 6 months or a year, but for decades. I don't know, what's the trading experience between us, 100 and some years?
Exactly.
Just over there.
Just right here.
Right here.
I think, and while we all have different backgrounds, there's a commonality, and where the accessibility to the markets has really, and what's so exciting is seeing that phase that people can go through. You mentioned the runner. Like back in our days, you became a runner, clerk, whatever, and then you slowly built your way up. But over the shift we've really seen is that there's a lot more accessibility, and we do that through the evals. And I think one of the things where we can all look and go, what really bridges that gap? Because you used to, maybe you'd paper trade a little bit, but at some point you just jumped in and you risked your own money and, hey, welcome to the club, here's the sharks, go swimming. Where I think, and one of the reasons I came to Apex, and I think these guys would agree, the similarities are that we've seen everybody's struggles. We want to sincerely help people succeed. And I think one of the missing phases was instead of going from just paper trading, no risk, to live is a tough proposition. Going from paper trading to an evaluation account and kind of getting your teeth wet to a performance account where there are some more rules-based and there's some money on the line. Now it becomes a little bit more real. And the next evolution is bringing them into the live market. And like Rob and I had spent hours, hours is an understatement, on the platform. And like with Wealth Charts, developing the tools. What's really gonna help traders? And that's what's been really inspiring is that we can now, and this is the evolution, there is a full phase. And my goal is get people into our live prop, have them trade with us for a year or two. But what I want to see is total freedom of people not dependent totally on prop, being out there and being able to live their lives and whatever their goals are, if that's supplemental income, or just have the freedom to trade wherever you want and have that time. Because somebody mentioned it, it's not about money. If you're looking at it and going, this is about money, you need to reassess your life and goals. Money's great, but this is a process in trading, and look at the broader picture for what that really means to you and dig into that.
Great, that's a great point, Rob.
Amazing.
Can I add one thing? $50 a day is an extra $12,000 a year. $100 a day is an extra $25,000 a year. $200 a day is an extra $50,000 a year. Those are things that are not, and again, trading's not easy, but very attainable if you're doing the right thing, right? Mm-hmm. Not everybody is going to do this and make $1 million. Most people aren't going to do this and make $1 million a year. And what I don't like to see is the big giant numbers that you see on TikTok and Twitter. Is it TikTok or TikTok?
TikTok.
Shit, shows you how old we are.
It is.
By the way, even though we're old guys and girls, we have adapted to the market and the changes in the market. I didn't know what a Fibonacci was. I didn't know, but I use all that now.
Still don't know what it is.
Still don't.
But I just think all that stuff promotes FOMO in my mind. I just think it does. And we know how hard this is to do. 90% of 80, whatever it is. I don't even like talking about it. But a lot of people are going to fail when they try to do this. The last thing I need to see is Joe Schmo. I made $85 million today in 20 different accounts, and I'm taking a payout of $700 billion. It's not realistic for most people.
And you also don't hear about when he lost the money either, right? They're always just going to do that. They're going to post that.
My father, let me say one.
Yeah.
My father told me one thing, maybe the only one of the good things he ever told me. Only believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. And I've lived my life by that because there's a lot of bullshit out there. Let's just leave it at that. Go ahead.
The comparison you just made, get over David. The comparison you just made, so one thing that stood out to me, you said, you do the $100 a day, the $200 a day, but the absolute hardest thing to do as a trader is to not trade. Put any one of us in front of a screen and those candles are moving and you have an account active, we're pushing that button. We are pushing that button, and it doesn't matter.
Some of the best, sorry to interrupt you, but the best thing you could do is pay somebody to stand behind you with a 2x4, and every time, $50 a day, you can find someone to do it. Go on Fiverr, right? And every time you get into a trade for the wrong reason, just have them smack you in the back of the head. You'll save yourself a whole lot of money.
Well, Pete, let me ask you, is there something that you, as a Wall Street broker, will tell you, like, I will not trade today? Nothing, no, nothing.
No, there is for me.
Yeah.
There is absolutely. What's a good thing to have too is, guys, you can have an accountability partner, somebody that trades with you or watches. Not that it's going to make you do anything different, but when I know something crazy is going on in the market, I can tell very early on, because I've been doing this for a long time, it's going to be extremely volatile. It's just going to be crazy today. And I will tell my traders, I am not trading. Does it stop them from trading? Probably not, right? But I will say, guys, hands off. I ain't pushing any buttons. I'm just not pushing a button. There'll be another opportunity in 2 hours or 3 hours or tomorrow. It is the most difficult thing to do in the world.
Pete, what about you?
Well, the difference for me is I do this for my living. This is my job is I'm a trader, right? I don't trade my own money. Somebody asked me here earlier this morning, you know, when did I start trading for myself? And literally, I never owned a share of stock in my life up until a few months ago. Okay, I know that seems really odd to you all, but I'm a registered broker on the floor. I'm not allowed to be in a stock for a customer and myself over a 30-day period of time. Okay, and since I trade every name in the S&P every day, I realized way back that I'm not going to try and scurry through this. You know, I'm regulated incredibly. They know everything I do, everything I say on the floor, so I just never chose to. You know, I spent all my money putting my 2 kids through school. They graduated without any debt, and there was a couple $1 million right there. So I have to go in every day. I have to trade every day, right? And look, it's a probability thing too. As you guys will know as traders, you can't cherry pick what trades you're going to get. I'm going to do that. David always says it. You've got to get into every trade that sets up, right? Don't throw darts at a wall and just trade for the sake of trading. Sit on your hands if you have to, but every trade that sets up, you have to do it because this is a probability game. If you say, I'm just going to do that one or that one, you're going to end up net losing. But for me, I have to go into work every day. I have to trade the market no matter what, right? I trade off of imbalances. I don't use technical analysis. So what I do is a little bit different. And so, you know, I have no choice but to trade every day. So it's not like I can't not go in. I mean, whether it's, you know, rain, it's like I'm a postman. Rain, sleet, snow, I got to go into work.
Right. Unbelievable.
I got kind of like a 2-part question, and I kind of want to give it to everybody. We'll kind of start, we'll start with Dan, since you're the CEO. Have you ever traded prop? First question, following into, do you think you could pass a prop account?
Yes.
Pass a what?
What was the question?
Pass a prop account.
I just didn't.
I don't know if you know about
What's a
that.
prop account?
Could I pass
Prop account?
Yeah.
So
Apex.
I have. I don't accept payouts from the firm. But yes, actually, I believe every employee at Apex has passed an eval.
Yeah.
A lot of people will, a lot of our support actually were Apex clients prior to coming. Vince, one of our actually our first $1 million payout was actually a client who, I don't know if I'm gonna embarrass him when I say this, but he had blown through like 600 eval accounts. So Daryl, the founder of the company, actually gave him a call and told him to knock it off. I'm paraphrasing. Daryl was probably a little bit more aggressive, but said slow down. To the previous question, something that was told to me a long time ago is cash is a position. As an individual trader, you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to chase it. Often we hear those bells and whistles. Sit on your hands, hire the guy with the 2x4, whatever that is. But yes, I know that I can pass several evals. PA I haven't really done because I work for the firm and I'd rather make sure that all of our clients are taken care of and getting the best experience. And we've got a lot of work to do yet on that front, but again, a lot of exciting things coming out there.
Nice.
You also, I want to follow up real quick. So you obviously, you pass your own product, you stand by your own product. But if you could change one way that all of us and all the traders out there approach the evals and the product, what would it be?
You know, the same way anybody approaches live trading, and they make literally the same mistakes. There's about 8 different things that happen. And one of those, and one of the big ones, is thinking you have to trade every day. Thinking you have to get in there and be aggressive and hit it, when really what you need to do is step away. If you're not feeling it, you're not forced to do it. That's a great thing. Peter has to do it every day, right? That's what his job is. If you work for a market making firm, you have to do it every day. All of us, we don't. And that would be one of the big things I would say is take your time, be slow, base hits, absolute base hits.
Singles and doubles, right?
Singles and
have an
doubles.
off
David,
switch.
One of the great things, and we celebrate, I just mentioned Vince is our first $1 million payout. We celebrate that. What I love to see are the thousands of people that are actually coming, getting $2,000, $10,000, those, and they do it time and time and time again. That's what's really rewarding. And literally when I'm looking at the live prop, that's what I want to see. I want to see somebody who's just consistently over time continuing to build, because then I know they're really serious and they're a real trader.
It's pretty simple. Rob, let me ask you something. What's one mistake that we're all making as retail traders that's like silently the killer for us as prop traders in this industry right now? Some idea that we think is right that someone with your experience knows is wrong.
Well, there's so many good things that have already been discussed. Like, I'm like Dave, a pure technician. So that helps me take a lot of the emotion out of it. I go in with a plan, a structure each day. And well, I think a lot of people fly by the seat of their pants. You know, inside of wealth charts, I don't want to talk much about that, but you know, we have what's called Wealth Tracker, and we can see what the biggest winners, biggest losers are doing, the trades that they're doing. And you know, you see a lot of counter trend trading. This has got to be the bottom. This has got to be the bottom. And you know, DCA, you know, over and over. It's got to come back. It's got to come back, right? Until it doesn't. And so, you know, dollar cost averaging, you know, is a big thing. Feeling that you have to trade constantly. You remember the stories from my trading competitions where they were making fun of me, you know, and Rob Hoffman is still flat. Rob Hoffman's still flat. And then all of a sudden at the end, and Rob Hoffman's winning the competition, you know, and waiting for the right trade at the right time for the right reason. You know, unlike Peter, you know, like, you know, the rest of us can go ahead and wait, as Dan said and Dave said. So we need to know when to trade, when not to. Technical analysis, like I said, for me, helps define that high probability trade. You've got some great indicators that you use to define high probability trades. You're not just flying by the seat of your pants. It goes up a few ticks. Okay, I guess I'll go long. Then it turns right around, reverses. Right. You're taking a trade at the right time for the right reason. And more people need to focus on that. And then to the point of, instead of trying to get the biggest payout to be the biggest braggart at the local barbecue, you know, the base hits, and as Apex said, that, and Dan, you know, my friend said that they're going to want to see it with the real money. They're going to want to see slow, steady, and consistent. That's what really wins the race. Right. You know, it's not the one big payout, because then you're always chasing the next big payout, right? Like, how many of you in the room have gone ahead and maybe you had a couple $1,000s on the board? You're like, just a few more dollars. That's my goal, just a few more dollars. And then it turns around and goes against you, right? Raise your hand. And then you're like, oh, well, okay, I at least need to go back up to there, and then I'll take the profit, you know, because you don't want to lose the couple $1,000s, but you were chasing maybe tens of thousands of dollars, whatever it is. And so the bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. And that's an old adage in this space, and it's true. And so, you know, again, you just got to look at it with a humble mind and understand when you go in each day, you need to go in with high probabilities. And for me, and I know David, technical analysis gives us those probabilities. And so having a plan. And a lot of people, they just get one time frame, and they look at one time frame, and they're married to that one time frame, let's say a 1 minute chart, and they see it going down a few ticks. So, oh, I guess it's time to short, and they completely miss it. The daily, the hourly, the 5 minutes all going up, and so they go ahead and they go short, and then it turns right around and spikes against them. So a lack of awareness in the market. And I've been in those breakout sessions. I'll do 3 more of those today, just trying to teach that awareness and that focus on higher probability trading.
It's unbelievable.
With Max, can I say something?
Yeah.
As traders, no. No. As traders, all we can do, and I think everybody will agree with me, is try to put the odds in our favor of our trades working, right? That's all we can do. Quite frankly, I don't know which trades are going to work and which ones aren't going to trade. Which ones are going to work technically and which ones aren't. Nobody does, okay? The only thing we know is we try to put the odds in our favor by using our technical analysis. The easier part of what we do is that. That's the easier part. Everybody here knows how to read a chart. Everybody knows here where to put your moving averages or whatever it is. The hardest part of this is here. There's no question about it. And if you don't get this together first, that is never going to work. It's just not going to, period.
True.
Absolutely.
Can I add something real quick to that? We spend a lot of time on the charts. You got to have the system and the probability. We look for patterns in those charts. The most important pattern you can look for are the patterns in yourselves. Because the chart doesn't matter if you can't control this, as David just said. And that's something I firmly believe in.
You know what the definition of insanity is, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? Just, you know, and that's the perfect that describes a successful trader and one who doesn't. Going back to that well, if you know, David always says it too. Like if you're in a stock, if you've traded, let's say you're trading futures, if you're in the ES and the last 4 times you traded the ES, you lost, maybe try a different index, right? If something is working, you know, double down on it. But, you know, David also always says it that, you know, a good trader most of the time is bored, right? You're sitting there waiting for the right trade to set up. There's really only, look, if you're averaging into a trade, you're in a bad trade. Okay, that's the key, you know, and there's certain rules that of consistency and discipline that make the difference between successful and not.
Yeah, journal all your trades. Know what's working for you and what isn't. How many people in here journal every trade that they do? Not that many.
Guys, journaling
Do you guys
number
know,
one.
You guys know what your hit rate is?
We have
No idea.
No idea, right?
Blown accounts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If only we had an integrated,
how can you do any business?
integrated tracking platform.
If only.
Yeah, I don't know how you can do any business without being accountable for what's going on in your business, right? I beg all my guys to journal your trades for a couple of reasons. You know what you're winning more than you're losing, and which trades are working better than the others.
Exactly.
I just use wealth charts.
You know, I'd like to say something about Apex. Just think about this for a second. Before any of these the futures-funded trading accounts came up, and look, our preferred one is Apex. We've worked with the competitors, and we were really not satisfied and not happy, David and I, and we feel like we're in the right place. But think about that. You needed $25,000 to open up and day trade an account, right? Otherwise, you're flagged by pattern day trading rules. Right, so think about the opportunity that these guys are giving you all, that now literally, I mean, we have our course, right, with the payment plan, it's $30 a month. With them, it's $30 to open an account for $60. You all can have accessibility and funding to trade this market and potentially make a living doing it, right, and make some money. That's extraordinary. So a shout out to everybody at Apex, because that is huge.
Logan, give it up for him. Give it up. Logan, the CSO, you may have seen him, very short, not muscular at all. But may have seen him around. He was trading live during the Power Hour show yesterday, and him and Javi went crazy, caught up some absolute amazing moves. And with the leverage that they had from Apex, Logan made over $106,000 in his sim evals. $106,000, and he immediately tells and yells at the crowd, I just made more in the 1 hour with you guys than I made in a year in Afghanistan. Huh? And that's just the most amazing, like a powerful statement, things like that. Real people, real change, real opportunities, and infinite possibilities with Apex and the leverage that you can use from a prop firm. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And the fact that also that now the pivot is going to be to the live, right? These guys at Apex, they're taking you through the whole thing. It's not just a matter of like opening accounts, blowing up, or getting a paid account. But at the end of the day, the greatest thing is once it's like letting your kid go off to college, right? You're going to be able to now be successful trading, consistency, and you're going to be rewarded for your discipline and your consistency to go on and actually trade the lives. And that's incredibly exciting. You know, and you all, once you get there, that should be what you're striving for. That feeling, there's nothing like it. To be sitting down there with real money, trading, okay, and being successful and be able to support yourself on it, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Nice. Yeah, you know, the more I'm looking around, surrounded by very attractive men, how much money, like, let's not be pocket watching, but how much profit has been made between all these experienced
How much
traders?
profit?
Long timers.
How much profit has been made on this stage?
Profit has been made.
I'll start. I never talk about money.
Yeah.
It is the kiss of death. Every time I'm doing well in an account or whatever it is, it's the kiss of death. We had a streak of 37 days in a row where we made money.
And
right?
how much did you make?
I'll literally kiss you if you don't tell me. I promise you right now. If you don't tell me how much,
the best
I'll kiss
trade I
you
ever
right now.
made, my firm got bought at the end of 1999 for $6.5 billion.
Right.
With a B?
That was my best trade.
With a B?
With a B.
And that was the worst trade ever in the history of Wall Street because they went back and sold it 4 years later for $200 million. So.
I trade live every single day with all my traders, with my P&L up there, posting every single trade that I do. And I trade my own account also. But for futures, you need a lot more money to do that. I've done well trading. That's all you're getting out of it.
Have you traded prop firm?
Yes, oh yeah.
Yeah? You use CoBDM?
Yeah.
CoBDM.
I seen David.
I don't like talking about it.
I actually traded live with David in Boca. He called me up while he was trading, and he shows me his Apex accounts, and he's up $7,000 in one. He just started another. He's up $4,000. He's like, I'm working on the third one. I'm up 600. Easy day for me. I'm going to keep going. And I was like, damn. And then I look at his total in his he shows me his dashboard. He's had all the accounts for almost 100 days. It's the original account numbers. He's showing me like accounts 1 through 5. And he's doubled the accounts. Doubled them. And I'm like, that's sick. That's amazing. Are you going to take a payout? And he's like, for what? He's like, well, I don't trade for money. He's like, I trade because I love trading.
I do this to help other people. We have people that come. I don't do this for money. Peter doesn't do this for money. Thank God we're okay. My wife spends a lot of it, so I got to keep working. But it's not about the money for us. We get some testimonials from people that bring me to tears. You get them. You've seen. I showed you a couple last night. You know, you changed my life. That's what this is all about for me.
100%.
I love trading. Like I said, I'm going to do it.
It's an addiction.
It's not all. I don't know. I still feel like I'm playing in a Super Bowl every single day when I'm playing. That's about it.
You ask about money, so you guys know that this.
By the way, Pete's a multi-billionaire.
I am
so
a multi-billionaire.
Yeah,
so you know this guy. It's called School of Hard Knocks. It's the guy who walks around the streets and talks to billionaires.
Oh, the kid.
The kid, James is his
With like
name.
10 million followers.
So he came up to me on outside the stock exchange recently, and he said, "So when did you become a billionaire?" Something like that. That's the question he asks people most of the time, right? And he's interviewed, I think, 1,400 billionaires and I think 3,000 millionaires. And I was the first person in the whole time who, all I said to him was, I trade $1 billion a day in the stock market.
That's how he became a billionaire.
That's how I answered. That's how I became a billionaire. I trade $1 billion of stock a day. I was the only person who did not tell him how much money they were worth or how much they made, right? What's that football player guy? Brady got 7 million views.
Brady.
Right, and I got 87 million views. People are not that interested. There's that envy thing going on, but at the end of the day, the more real you are, that's what attracts people. Right? We also, you talked about it before. If people are trading to make money, think about we did talk about having a goal, and when you hit your goal, turn the machine off, right? Because time is something you can't get back. But don't trade to hit that goal. Right? David always says, don't look at your P&L because you may get within $20 of it. And you even said it, Rob. If you wait until you actually hit it, sometimes you're going to end up giving it all back before you actually hit your goal. So don't trade to hit that goal. Just trade.
Like the biggest oxymoron in the world to me.
Yeah, and we've all done it. Everybody here do that?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, we've blown accounts. We've blown $1 million accounts.
Turn a winning day into a losing
I'm $5
day.
away from my goal, and I end up losing $2,000. We've all done it.
We've all done it. We've all done it. It's the biggest oxymoron because I say it a million times. I'm like, you are trading for money or you're just a liar.
Yeah.
But you guys seem to be the actual exception to that rule because you guys have love for the craft.
No, the money is a byproduct of it if you're doing it well. The money's going to come if you're doing it well. Look, I'm not averse to money, Max. Money's a nice thing to have. But it's going to come if you're doing the right thing.
Right.
I just don't think we have to stare at it and look at the number all day long when we're doing what we're doing. That's all.
I'm not a billionaire, just for the record.
I want to do something fun here with you guys. I want to do like a little quick speed round, like a little lightning round. What I want to do is I want to ask you guys a series of quick questions, and I just want
one word.
Pete, like a one-word answer.
Yeah.
One word.
Ooh.
Three words, 4 words.
We're gonna start with Dan. Let's start with Dan. Let's move to Rob, Dave, and then Pete. Let's see if we can get a little lightning round real quick and get this going. One-word answers. Let's see if we can what we can get out of this. So, Dan. Biggest myth about trading?
What we just said.
One word.
Sorry, money.
Money. Rob.
He has just as much trouble as I do to say one word.
That's not fair.
Have you ever heard Peter use one word?
Yeah. Yeah. For me and Peter, that's
I know
just
him
not
for
fair.
45 years.
All right.
Knife to a gun.
Rob, one sentence.
Okay, thank you.
Biggest myth about trading?
Lightning round.
But just the instant rags to riches for all. Everybody's going to evenly get rich and quick. It's 5 minutes.
That's more than one sentence.
I'm sorry. I did drink the whole glass.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Get
did
these
drink
guys
the whole
another
glass.
round.
Sorry.
Another round for what are you doing? I'm thirsty.
Dave.
What's the question?
It is a good thing we
What
can
is the
trade.
biggest
Suck at
myth?
this.
What is the biggest myth about trading in less than a paragraph?
Keep going up. Keep going up.
I gotta go. That it's gambling.
Gambling.
Pete. That it's gambling. Because it's not.
Yeah, biggest myth about
Biggest
trading.
myth about trading.
If you drink 12 shots of tequila, you're going to get really sick and drunk. That it's easy.
That it's easy. Really good. Dan, if you had one rule to trade with only, one rule, what is it?
Take care of your profits, or take care of your losses. The profits take care of themselves.
Nice.
Trade with the trend. Don't
Patience.
Patience.
Nice.
Pete.
One rule. What's the question? You had one?
If you,
Right, I would go with that. No one ever got broke taking a profit.
if you had one rule to trade with,
No one ever
only,
got broke taking a profit.
nobody got broke taking profit. That's really good. That's right. Dan, would today's traders survive the markets you started in? Yes or no, guys?
They wouldn't recognize mine.
They wouldn't recognize it. You know what?
They would adapt, but they wouldn't know.
I've got like a 6th grade education, basically. I'm still 118 hours shy of my bachelor's. So, yeah, I think anybody in this room, the fact that they're here, shows a lot of intensity, interest, thirst for knowledge. So, yeah, they'd survive, but they wouldn't recognize it.
Does that mean?
I agree. They wouldn't recognize it, but it absolutely could survive. Wealth Charts was built to be what I wish I had back in the day. That, as you know, we've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
So I absolutely believe that.
Are we spoiled, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You are spoiled.
You guys are old. Dave?
What was the question?
Oh, my
Would
God.
today's traders survive the markets you came up with?
Hold on a second. Where's my, honey, you got my
This
glasses?
is the fucking Golden Girls? What are we doing here? What?
Another round of mimosas.
Yeah, go ahead. Answer.
I think they would. I think they would adapt. I think you guys are, we're the oldest people here, right?
Yeah,
I
you are.
think you guys would figure it out and adapt to it, yes.
Appreciate you, OG.
Pete.
You know what? I think you would absolutely love it because you know what we used to do? Quarter for 250,000, 250,000, 3 ace, take them, right? 3 ace, 5 ace, 100,000 up. What do you want to do? That kind of adrenaline is the most exciting thing in the world. Trading in an open outcry situation, screaming and yelling, as you know, for me, I really love it. Chaos, I thrive on that shit. So you probably would adapt and you would absolutely love it.
There were times when I was working on the floor with Pete and I was specialist broker in a stock. There would be 100 people standing around me, literally.
Screaming and yelling.
100 people when we did IPOs and stuff like that, screaming and yelling. And I knew what every single person had in their hands.
He did.
Buy, seller, buyer, seller, buyer, seller.
Amazing.
And I'm not smarter than any of you guys. I barely got out of high school. I didn't go to college. This is the only thing I've ever done my entire life. They will figure it out. No question.
And I'd be standing in Dave's crowd, not having an order to buy stock, and you bought 1,000 there, you bought 3,000 there, and he would say, "What are your leaves?" The customer would be screaming, "What do you leave?" And I'd turn to Dave and go, "Dave, what do I leave?" He knew exactly what my numbers were.
Dan.
I didn't even know.
Dan, if you could ban one word or one sentence from trading social media forever, what would it be?
Wow. One word or one sentence?
What is something that the social media traders that they put out there into the world? What would you ban?
You could ban
I would say
sentence from trading.
massive profit.
Forever. What would it be?
Just illustrating that that's what it's about, because it's not.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go with massive profit as well, just because you're training, you're setting an expectation that's unrealistic or not sustainable. Everybody can have a one great day, but again, with live real money, they want to see consistency. So instead of going for that one big win that you brag about for the rest of your life, how about consistency for the rest of your life? So massive profit, get rid of it.
Lama.
Run the questions up. Oh, guys, it's one word. One word you would ban. Look right here. What's one word you would ban? You got it?
I would ban from where? Twitter?
Right. Okay. So my answer, zoom in, guys. Come on. My word would be shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda.
That's three
Shoulda,
words.
coulda. Yeah, that's why it's 4
It
cents.
is one word, actually.
They're 3 separate one words.
Mine would be I'm the best.
Interesting.
Just ask him. He'll tell you.
Get rid of it.
Mine would be that market makers are out to screw you.
The market maker what?
Or that liquidity event.
The market
whatever,
maker took my stop loss out?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I used to do it all the
Funniest
time.
thing. Yeah, that's
No,
what market makers are doing. They're looking at your sim
That's
environment.
what they're right. They're being
200
judged on their P&L.
Yeah,
They're
you're
worried
$300
about
away
your
from drawdown,
400.
buddy. That's what they're doing? Yeah, they're hunting
That's
you.
what they're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looking at your simulated funds. Blow
They're
your
for your
ass up.
400 shares. No disrespect to the 400 shares.
Pete, do you think most traders fail because they don't know how to trade, or do they just don't know how to manage themselves?
It's all psychology. Anybody can be taught to hit a button and do to get in. To get in and out of a stock, it's a matter of what you do when you get in it. So the psychology of trading is what kills people.
Unbelievable. Right. What we want to do now is, we've always had like a third host at Max Options Trading. We have like a third host. You've been on the show, you've got to experience Rob, and that third host is right out here in the audience. It's our chat, it's our people, it's our audience, and so we're gonna throw up a little chat right here. We got some interesting Oh my God, guys. So we're gonna throw up the chat real quick for you guys.
I don't know how to answer that.
What
Was
is
that Peter?
So here we got a picture. We got a picture of Peter with dinosaurs holding the first chart ever chiseled with.
That's the Ten Commandments.
Judy, take a picture of that for me, please.
Yeah.
Are we getting it on screen or what?
Production, I don't know if they can put that on screen, but it's hilarious. This is the first supper. All of you were at it. So this is the first supper. Wow. All of you were at it. So
I need a copy of that for my office.
Yeah, that's awesome.
like?
What was the dinner like that night? Surf and turf.
There's Rob, the king of trading. He's got a crown on.
Oh, God.
There's Rob, the king of trading. We got a crown on Rob.
Are they seeing these pictures?
I don't know if
pictures.
you guys are on the Discord, you can see the chat. But
Yeah. Here we are. We're dolls. Someone turned us into dolls. This is a very common thing for us in the chat.
That's like a Labubu.
Craziest thing. So
We are Labubus.
we will get you guys all those fun photos and everything that we got there. Here's just a really cool one someone made right there. Max Ops is live and Apex Trader Funding. You guys are absolute legends. You don't understand what an honor it is for me and what an honor for everyone here to have you guys. I mean, you could show that one to Rob and Dan, to be honest. They'd probably like that. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. There you go. That's good.
That's me pointing a pistol at the camera. So, not sure why we threw that up there, Ryan M. If you're in the crowd.
Ryan M's here.
I know he's here. You're an idiot. There's the cartoons, everybody at Max Options Trading Live. It's been an absolute pleasure to have all of you up here. Dan Cook, Rob Hoffman, David Green, and Peter Tuchman. What a legendary panel here. This is Traders and Haters, and I would normally say this is the worst podcast of all time, but I have to say this is the most legendary podcast of all time. Yeah. Before we take it off,
Another round.
Wait, we're going to take it off?
before we take it off, I will take it off in
Or
helicopter.
mimosas.
I will. Who do you want to take it off?
What are we taking off?
Take it off. No,
Hands.
Before we
Hands?
wrap it up. Before we wrap it.
Nobody wants to see me with pants on.
Can't take it off. Can't wrap it.
We're gonna take it
Before
off.
we put it in. Damn. We're gonna finish up here. I think it would behoove of everybody if we start with the left and then we finish on the right. Mr. Dan Cook, any last words for all the amazing traders and people out here?
Yeah, absolutely honored to be up here.
One word, Dan.
No.
Last words. These are your last words.
Amazing group, amazing energy. Like this inspires me for what the future holds for trading and for all of you. And it's an honor to be up here with you guys, but also with all of you.
The MOT family has been nothing but wonderful to me. Wealth charts. It's been an honor to be able to be out there seeing you guys in the breakout rooms. I certainly love you guys too. Hi, CC. Hi. So you guys are also wonderful. I'm going to be here all day today and tomorrow morning. Whatever questions you have, I'm here for you. Thank you so much for being this. And thank you to you, Max, Jamie, the entire MOT team. Look at the wonderful people that's up on stage there. This is a great event. This is wonderful. Let's give them a hand for a moment.
Let's give it up to Mama Jamie. Let's give it up for Jamie.
There she is. So, great job.
I don't drink.
I'm drinking today. You don't go to events either.
They get better as you keep going.
Guys, I hope you enjoed every minute of everything we're doing here at MOT Live.
Cheers.
It's never happening again. We're literally never doing this again. So really soak up every minute. Cheers to you. We appreciate you. David Green.
Be kind to yourselves along this journey. And remember, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. That's right.
Unless you're a P, you're here for both, baby. Peter Tuchman.
Yes, sir. Wow. You know what? I'm so excited for you all, right? Because you know what? Your futures look really, really bright. So just be, consistency and discipline, and have some fun. Kick ass, take names, and have some fucking fun.
Awesome.
Go! Make a little money along the way.
Guys, big round of applause for Max.
Yeah.
And Dan and everybody here for putting
Lama,
this together.
Lama.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this panel right here. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Everybody. Absolute pleasure.
Stretch my hand.
Life like, this is what your life like. Try to live the life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie, but it's really very lifelike. Every single night, right? Every single fight, right? I was looking at the gram and I don't even like likes. I was screaming at my daddy, told me it ain't Christ-like. I was screaming at the referee, just like Mike. Looking for a bright light. Seagull, what your life like? Riding on a white bike, feeling like a sight bike. Resting on the gas, supernova for a night light. Screaming at my daddy, and he told me it ain't Christ-like. But nobody never tell you when you're being like Christ. Only ever seeing me, only when they need me. Like if Tyler Perry made a movie